It's the final round of matches in Group A, and a win for either of these sides tonight could take them into the knockout rounds. We're at the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium in Al Rayyan for Oman against Bahrain. Well, welcome to this magnificent stadium here in Al Rayyan. The first time we've had a game here under lights. All the games have been at 1 o'clock in the afternoon local time. And floodlights aren't what they used to be. Putting on a bit of a show for those supporters that are in here today. Two sides that have known and faced each other plenty of times in the past, Oman and Bahrain. And the incentive tonight is to book themselves a place in the quarter-finals. Both sides have lost one and drawn one of their opening games so far. We're around about 40 minutes or so from Doha, the capital of Qatar. And as you can see, quite a dramatic scene here, the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium. This is the final match that will be played at this stadium in this particular tournament. This will, of course, be one of the 8 venues used for the FIFA World Cup here in Qatar next year. We're just under a year away from the start of the World Cup. This the prelude tournament, really, the FIFA Arab Cup, the first time it's been played under the FIFA branding and replacing the old Confederations Cup, which was always the traditional warm-up tournament, really, if you like, 12 months before a World Cup finals. Just a second appearance in this competition for Oman. Bahrain were the runners-up in 1985 and in 2002. And both these sides had to win a qualifying game back in June to get here, beating Somalia and Kuwait respectively. Here's how Group A looks. Qatar have an unassailable lead at the top. If Iraq win tonight, they'll join the hosts in the last 8, regardless of what happens here. If Iraq lose or draw, it opens the door to one of these sides to go through, but they have to win. A draw wouldn't be good enough. We've seen plenty of late goals across this tournament over the last week or so. Some quality goals have been scored over the last few days as well. And let's hope that both these sides put on a show. They know what's at stake. They'll be hoping that Qatar can keep up their good record against Iraq. And a win for either side would see them go through. Bahrain have yet to score a goal in the tournament. 0-0 against Iraq last time out, and a 1-0 defeat to the host nation. Qatar is their record so far. Stadium here holds 44,740 in total when it's full to its capacity. It's the home to Al Rayyan, who play in the QSL. The old stadium demolished here in 2015 to make way for this magnificent new stadium. And interestingly, 90% of the rubble that was left from the old stadium was used either for public arts projects or reused. Nothing goes to waste these days. Inauguration took place in December 2020, which was Qatar's National Day, exactly 2 years to the day that the final will take place just down the road in Lusail. 18th of December 2022, the World Cup final will be played. Well, the scene is set, the well-rehearsed routine from the flags out on the pitch, and the two sets of players just milling around in the expansive tunnel just down below us. Bahrain will be all in white tonight. It's a man that wear red. Branko Ivankovic and Helio Souza are the two respective coaches. Our match officials are from Japan. There's late drama earlier on. These teams know what's at stake now. Qatar know that they'll face the UAE in the quarter-finals next week. But this is a 45th meeting between these Gulf rivals as two European coaches pit their wits against each other. Both lost to the host Qatar, both drew with Iraq. Bahrain, though, have failed to score in their opening two matches. They have to win that run tonight if they want to try and extend their stay in Qatar. As always, we'll have the two national anthems, the national anthem of Oman, followed by the national anthem of Bahrain.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of Bahrain.
السيدات والسادة، يرجى مواصلة الوقوف لعزف النشيد الوطني لمملكة البحرين.
Rousing national anthems of Oman and Bahrain. And let's take a look at the team lineups. Oman's side shows 2 changes to the side that lost late on to Qatar. 6 of the lineup have started in all 3 games now. The back 4, Al-Kabi, Juma, Al-Khamasi and Amjad are all ever present. Khalid Al-Hajri scored the goal that levelled against Qatar before an own goal handed the hosts all 3 points. Salah Al-Yayehi will play just behind the front strikers and scored a penalty against Iraq. Harib Al-Sadi is the Oman captain. That their lineup, it's a 4-4-2, but it's a diamond formation in that 4 in the middle. Captain Harib Al-Sadi will sit just behind strikers. Ruji Sato is our match referee. He was in charge for Algeria's 4-0 win over Sudan here on the 2nd day of the tournament. Both his assistants come from Japan as well. The much-capped side Jafar, who's closing in on 150 caps, is the man with the armband for Bahrain. And there are our VAR assistants tonight. Hiroyuki Kimura from Japan is the man that heads up that team, trying to make sure that anything that needs checking, they get the big decisions correct. Well, Bahrain made 6 changes for their second match against Iraq, and Helio Sousa makes another 7 tonight. Ahmed Bughammer was injured early on in the last match, so Syed Mahadi, who came on to replace him, starts. Saeed Dia and Ali Madden, who both started against Qatar, return today. And there's a lot resting on the shoulders of Mohamed Mahoun and Mohamed Al-Ramahi as Bahrain look for their first goals of the tournament. 5 of those players, as you see, on a yellow card. And they will go in a 4-3-3 formation. Madden and Mahoun providing the width. Oman coach Branko Ivankovic hails from Croatia, and he'll celebrate 2 years in charge this next January. Helio Sousa is the man at the helm of Bahrain. He guided them to their first ever Arabian Gulf Cup win in 2019. So the scene is set. The other game in the group, Qatar against Iraq, will be kicking off simultaneously at Al Bayt over in Al Khor. Earlier today, we saw the conclusion of Group B. Qatar will play UAE in the next stage. It's going to be Oman that get us underway then, all in red. They'll kick from left to right in the first half. So a reminder of the scenario. Both these sides have a point. Qatar at the top of the group with 6. Iraq have 2 points. So both these teams on 1. So a win for Iraq tonight would put them through along with Qatar. Anything less, and it opens the door for either of these 2 sides, but they would have to win. A draw wouldn't be good enough. If Iraq were to lose and these sides were to draw and go on to 2 points, 3 teams on 2 points each, it comes down to goal difference. Both these sides have a -1 goal difference at the moment, so scenario's clear. Victory has to be on the cards. Chase on there for Al-Ramahi. Couldn't quite get to the ball before it crossed the line to go out for a goal kick. One of the players that plays for East Rifa in Bahrain. He's talking to Elko Shatore, who's the coach of Al Seeb, who provide 5 players in the starting lineup for Oman. He was saying that because they play that Christmas tree formation, it means it's a slightly more defensive looking formation, and they struggle when they're going forward. The reason the coach adopted that, they've played teams like Japan and China in their World Cup qualifying campaign. They did beat Japan in Japan, which was quite a stunning result for the side that are currently ranked 78th in the FIFA rankings. Issam Al-Sabi was the man who scored the only goal in that game, his first international goal, and a special moment for him, getting a goal on Japanese soil as well. Al-Sabi is on the bench tonight for Oman. Amjad with the throw. He's one of that Al-Sabi players. Loves to get up and down the wing. He's very good in the air as well for a fullback, the Oman number 14. Physically strong, loves to get up and down this touchline. He plays more as a right wing back than he does as a right back. Very much that attacking mode for Oman. It's a poor touch. Bahrain looking to try and mount the first meaningful attack. Al-Saad it was coming forward. Challenge from Harib, and it will be a Bahrain throw. Bahrain are ranked 12 places below tonight's opponents. They're 90th in the current rankings. They did climb a place in the re-rankings on the 19th of November. A 6th appearance in the finals for Bahrain. It's flicked up by Mahoun. Moving the ball nicely, Bahrain at the moment. Al-Saad coming forward. It's in towards Al-Rumayhi. Have a chance on the turn from Mundia. It's nice to spin away from his marker. Harib. Abdullah. Al-Kamzi. Harib. Amjad. Clumsily gives the ball away, Amjad. The player that scored his first international goal last month in a World Cup qualifier with China. It's aimed in towards Al-Hajri. Bahrain coming forward again. A little bit more purpose about their play in the opening stages, Bahrain. It's Harib nodding it back to his goalkeeper, Ibrahim Al-Mukhani. There is the live league table as it stands at the moment. So we'll keep you updated as that changes throughout the evening when there are goals either here or in the other game. Al-Harden. Taken on the chest by Al-Rumayhi. Long-range shot, which is well wide. Al-Saad found a little bit of space. He was a long way from goal, though. Oman have only played in one Arab Cup previously, and it wasn't one they cared to remember. Back in 1966, they were playing Libya. They were trailing 21-0 against Libya. There was a disputed decision which they decided to walk off the pitch and ultimately withdrew from the tournament. Ben Sueid, who was in the Libya side that day, had scored 9 goals, a triple hat-trick. Don't know whether he got to take home 3 match balls after that, despite the fact the game was abandoned, but Oman are back. There's a little nudge on the edge of the penalty area by Al-Hajri. It was a promising move. It was just a clumsy little trip by Al-Hajri. Oman have met Bahrain more than any other opponents. This is the 45th meeting between the two sides tonight. Previous 44 has brought 13 wins for Oman and 14 wins for Bahrain. It's pretty tight between these two. A lot of draws along the way as well. It's the oldest rivalry among the Gulf nations. There's Dia. Lovely angle ball again out to that far side, but Al-Kabi comfortably nods it back to Ibrahim. First Arab Cup in 9 years. 2012 was the last tournament. Morocco coming here as defending champions. So a tournament, I'm sure now, that will be back as a staple part of the world footballing calendar. It was a clumsy throw from Dia. He's putting Al-Hardan into an awkward position. He managed to guide it back, but it's Al-Hajri again that's been penalised. Al-Sawad looking for Mahoun. Al-Rumayhi has the ball to run out of play for a throw. Bahrain did win their final game before coming to this tournament, a 4-2 win in a friendly against Kyrgyzstan. Mahoun and Al-Sawad were all on the score sheet on that occasion. Volleyed shot straight out Ibrahim. Goalkeeper had his body right behind it to put that one from Al-Sawad. Common Al-Sawad was part of the squad that won the 2019 Arabian Gulf Cup under Elio de Souza. Harib. Abdullah. Nicely played down the line. Salah. Two white shirts quickly around him, and once again Bahrain will look to move the ball quickly. It's Reda. Three through the middle. Madan Al-Rahimi and Mahoun on this near side. That's good running from Madan. Was comfortably dealt with by the goalkeeper. It's the penultimate round of group matches tonight. Groups A and B played to a conclusion today. Groups C and D tomorrow. We'll know the quarter-final lineup by the end of the action tomorrow night. Here's Amjad. Al-Kamzi. Juma. Juma does play as the left of those two centre-backs. He is right-footed, though, two right-footed centre-backs. It's Mundia. Shot took a slight deflection, did it? It's gone for a goal kick. It was hit with great pace, but it was just too high from Arshad. Only one international goal to his name so far. Happy to have a crack from quite a way outside the penalty area. Fist over the top of Jafar's crossbar. Worth a go from that sort of range. Didn't keep a clean sheet in their last match against Iraq. Bahrain. It's Harib forward again, looking for the run of Salah, but it'll beat him into touch. It's almost given away, just getting themselves into a little bit of trouble in their final third. Bahrain. Al-Mundia. Salah. Nicely done, good challenge by Mahoun. Both sides giving the ball away unnecessarily at the moment. Al-Kamzi, Harib, Amjad. Haven't really seen him get forward too much yet, Amjad, in the opening 12.5 minutes. Coming forward again, blocked by Abbas. Helio Sousa saying at the press conference yesterday that he believes in rotating his squad. He made 6 changes for the second match. He's made 7 tonight. And only 2 outfield players, Jassim Al-Salama and Ahmed Nabil, have yet to feature in the tournament. They were knocked a little Bahrain by the injury to Bughammer early on in the match against Iraq. And Sayed Mahdi from Al Rifa the chance to come on early. He's kept his place tonight alongside Waleed at the back. Dia Amjad went to ground early but came away with the ball. Harib. Now Amjad, this is where he's at his most dangerous, pressing forward. Amjad trying to get to the byline, good ball across. No one could reach it, comes out to Salah off the crossbar. Still the danger's not past. Al-Hajri. Well, they're claiming a corner, but the referee has pointed for a goal kick. Well, the first time that we've seen Amjad get forward, maybe a hint of offside, the flag stayed down. It's a brilliant cross through the legs of Al-Harden. He shot off the crossbar when it came out to Salah. Looked for the side foot, tried to place it into that top corner. It's the closest we've come to a goal so far in the first half. Salah did score in the opening match. Salah Al-Yayi from the penalty spot in that 1-1 draw with Iraq in Al-Wakra. Al-Hajri with a header. Oman have still got a chance of qualifying for the World Cup. They've never qualified for the FIFA World Cup. They're 4th in their qualifying group at the moment, 4 points behind 3rd placed Australia. Top 2 go through in the AFC region, with the 3rd team going into a playoff against the 3rd placed team from the other group. And the winner of that would then go into an intercontinental playoff to play against a team from Oceania. They could start to string some results together in the new year. Who knows, maybe they will get to a first World Cup. Mundia plays the ball across, it's just out of the reach of Jafar. Harib. Good play for Arshad, trying to get to the byline. Now the ball will be crossed in towards Al-Hajri, but he heads just wide. Well, Oman are growing into the game a little bit more now, a little bit more purpose in their attacking play. Got plenty of players forward. It was nicely played in. He wasn't too far away from that either, Al-Hajri. Has got 14 international goals. He knows where the net is in the Oman colours. Wasn't too far away from yet another one there. Bahrain have got close to the World Cup finals. They played in 2 of those intercontinental playoffs. Lost out to Trinidad and Tobago in 2006, and then New Zealand in 2010. There's Dia. Poor touch, Abdullah. Harib. There was a feeling that, say, talking before the game, that this 4-4-2 diamond just stifles them a little when they're pressing forward on man, but they've certainly managed to create some good chances in the last few moments. That shot that hit the bar from Salah, the header from Al-Hajri that went just wide. Here they come again with Amjad. Low ball in this time, great shot on the turn, good save, Jafar. Al-Hajri kept it low, Jafar got down sharply to turn it wide. Good football from both teams, great turn. And Jafar, the vastly experienced 36-year-old goalkeeper. Another step closer to a 150th international cap, and a very good save. Corner to Oman. Whole cluster of players inside that 6-yard box. Jafar only got half a punch on it, didn't have the ball under control, but does manage to gather. Didn't make contact with the first one, but managed to gather the second one. Now Harden. Only one player up ahead of him. Al-Sawad. They're just sitting off at the moment and inviting Bahrain onto them. Might just run through for Mundia. Didn't quite get a foot on the ball. Walid. Dia. Mahadi. Reda. Looking for the diagonal run of Aramahi. Kamsi will try to keep him out there. He's won a throw. Didn't progress beyond the group stage in 2012, Bahrain. They were in a group with Morocco's A side, Yemen and Libya. Failed to pick up the necessary points. That 2002 appearance, when they were runners-up, they lost out to Saudi Arabia in the final. Here's Harib. Through the gap to Abdullah. 3 waiting in the middle. Salah's the man going on the overlap. He's just asked a little bit too much of him, but he will win his side a corner. Doesn't look too happy with proceedings at the moment. Helio Caesar, his side up just a little bit on the back foot at the moment. This is a second corner for Oman. Again, it'll be an in-swinger again. There's a whole group of players in front of the goalkeeper. Can someone get a decisive touch? Too close to Jafar again. He doesn't get that away convincingly. Abdullah's the furthest man back for Oman, who'll guide it back to his goalkeeper. The Oman player's just streaming to get back on side. He held it up well there, Ibrahim. If he'd have let it go sooner, could well have been flagged for offside. This is Salah. Amjad. Abdullah. Bit of width provided here by Al-Kabi. Cross was just in behind Arshad, and once again Bahrain will look to bring the ball away with Madden. Stabbed back in again by Arshad. Had a pretty good run of results in the middle of the year. Branko Ivankovic's side, they beat Afghanistan and Bangladesh in June in 2 World Cup qualifiers. They saw off Somalia in the qualifier to make it through to this Arab Cup. And then that 1-0 win, the standout result really, one of the best results they've ever achieved in World Cup qualifying. A 1-0 win in Japan, which was totally unexpected for Oman. But a welcome 3 points, which has helped their quest to try and get into the tournament here in a year's time. Ball played in by Reda. Managed to retain possession on the edge of the area. Wasn't the best of balls. Al Harden. Now Dia. Walid. Reda had to make up some ground to bring that one under control, which he did. Forward by Madi. Now Salah. Arib just clipped by Al Sawad. It'll be a free kick to Oman, who have had the slightly better of the possession in the first half so far, 52%. Just dangled out a leg there, Al Sawad. There was not too much in it, but it was a free kick on the Oman captain. He's played every minute of both games so far, Harib, the captain. Wasted free kick straight through to Jafar. If one of these sides does manage to make it through tonight, they'll face a quarter-final against Tunisia. Qatar, as we said, will play the UAE in their quarter-final. Here's Mahoun, goes out off Amjad for a corner. So Bahrain's first corner of the match. Mohamed Mahoun from Al Rifa, which are probably the biggest club in Bahrain. It's a good header back. Goalkeeper managed to get it. Just plucked it off the head of Aramahi. It was Madden's header initially. Well taken by the goalkeeper. Ibrahim Bukhani from Al Nazar. They're not quite Gulf neighbours, these two. There's about 900 kilometres separates Bahrain and Oman. Reda. Al Harden. Dia. Al Sawad. Dangerous looking ball in again. That's one of those trying to get the ball in around the back of the defenders and ask questions of the goalkeeper, but it was comfortably cut out by Al-Kamzi before it could reach its destination. Mahoun. In swinging goal. Great ball as well. Good save. Flag's gone up. I don't know whether Ibrahim got a touch on that one. It was a brilliant ball in. And Madden diving in at the back post. It may have come off the post rather than off the goalkeeper. It did just hit the outside of the post. Goalkeeper almost got a fingertip to it. Stretching every sinew there, Madden, to get to the ball. Closest they've come to a goal so far. Just goes to show what happens when you can put a quality ball into the box. Madden. Stopped in his tracks by Al-Kabi. Footing was by Juma. Al-Kabi. Ball stayed in play. Forward by Juma. Harry wins the header. Amjad just muscled off the ball by Al-Sawad. It'll be a free kick. Benko Ivankovic, the 67-year-old Croatian, did have a spell in charge of the national team. He also coached Iran as well. He got them to the World Cup finals in 2006. He's coached in Iran, Persepolis, one of the big club sides in Iran. Al Ahly in Saudi Arabia. Sahil. He's been in charge of Oman since early 2020 now, replacing Erwin Koeman. There's Juma. Walid. In towards Mahoun. Too many red shirts back behind the ball, though, inside the penalty area. And now Oman will come away with the ball once again. This flag's going to go up for offside against Almundia. Just went too early. Just over half an hour gone, still we await the first goal. Both sides have gone close, both have hit the woodwork. There's Diaz ball in again, just too high for Al-Ramahi. That's Salah with a well-struck shot that hit the crossbar for Oman, and that Madden header just a moment or so ago. Amjad just managed to get forward on the one occasion so far. Amjad Al-Hathi. He's at a dangerous looking run as well. Too close to the goalkeeper. Abdullah just trying to guide that one forward. Front three haven't seen too much of the ball in the final third as yet for Oman. Reda. Now Mahadi. Walid. 18 games have produced 45 goals so far. It's a FIFA Arab Cup, 10th edition in total. So it's the first time it's been under the branding of FIFA. Two balls on the pitch at the moment, which is, well, there's a lot of pointing going on. We are now down to the one. Al Suad. Madden. Gets it back again. Madden caught on the edge of the penalty area. That'll be a free kick in a very dangerous position, and both players are injured. It was Amjad that stuck out a leg and has hurt himself in the process. Yeah, just moved the ball quickly out of his feet, Madden, and Amjad had already committed to the challenge. Yellow card for Amjad. First yellow card of the match. And that is his second yellow card of the tournament. So if Oman were to progress, then Amjad Al-Houthi would miss the quarter-final. It's a chance for Mohamed Marhoun, who's over the ball. Has scored 5 times this year, all of them coming in friendly matches. Mohamed Marhoun. Didn't start the first game against Qatar. He started against Iraq. He started here. Can he come up with a little bit of magic from the free kick, I wonder? Five in the wall, a man just on the end of the wall as well. Al Harden's there, now just moving out the way. Ball did its job, takes a deflection off the post. Well, it looked like it was looping wide, but it's come back off the woodwork again. Ibrahim gathers. Sent the goalkeeper completely the wrong direction. And now the goalkeeper's gone down injured as well. I don't know what he's done. Maybe just collided with a post. I'm not sure. Marhoun's free kick, though. It's looping off the wall. He's okay now. Ibrahim. Instructions from Helio Sousa, played as a midfielder in his playing days for Vitória Setúbal. Was there all his career, over 400 league appearances for Setúbal in the Portuguese league. Part of the Portugal side that won the FIFA World Youth Championships in Saudi Arabia in this part of the world in 1989. Helio Sousa. Back underway again. 9 minutes to go to half-time, still 0-0. We've come close to goals. Al-Kamzi. Win for either of these sides, just to remind you of the scenario, gives them a chance of going through to the quarter-finals. It does depend on what Iraq do in the other game against the group winners, Qatar, the host nation. 2 wins out of 2 for them. They can't be caught at the top of the group. Mahadi. Looking for Marhoun. Good header from Al-Kamzi. Salah. Chase on here for Al-Mundir, but it'll be comfortable for Jafar, just too much on it. It's pretty quick off the blocks, Al-Mundir. It's Waleed. Patient build-up for Bahrain. Mahoun. Waleed. Well read by Amjad, who nips in quickly to win possession back for Oman and win his side a free kick. And that was booked a moment or so ago. Amjad. Salah will take the free kick, the man who hit the crossbar a little bit earlier on in the half. Bahrain have gone on to hit the woodwork twice now. A Madden header and that Mahoun deflected free kick. Harib just beaten to the ball on by Al-Ramahi. Mahoun. Al-Ramahi's gone on a diagonal run there, just pulls away, but I don't think Mahoun was actually going to get on the end of his own pass. It's gone out for a throw into Oman. Got their year underway with a couple of draws in friendly matches. Oman against Jordan and India. Plenty of wins this year as well. Were beaten by Japan, who got some sort of revenge back from that defeat in Japan in the World Cup qualifier. Japan winning 1-0 last month. 4 qualifying games to go for Oman. Here's Abdullah. Trying to get a shooting opportunity, Abdullah. Yeah, Bahrain didn't make it through to the third round of AFC qualifiers. They've been playing friendly matches of late. They lost to Jordan, beat Curacao. And the most recent friendlies beat Kyrgyzstan, lost to New Zealand. Good ball across from Salah. Here's a real chance. Oh, what a miss. Good save by Jafar. And nodded home by Al-Mundir. And Oman take the lead. Well, it looked for a moment as if they didn't want to score. But Jafar made a good save from close range. And when the ball looped up, it was a relatively simple header from Mandar Al-Alawi. Al-Mundir, as he's got on the back of his shirt, to put his side in front. Lovely ball laid down the line. Salah had the presence of mind just to have a glance up, pull the ball back into space. It's a good save by Jafar. Abdullah will be glad that his teammate was on hand to put that ball in. It was a good block by the goalkeeper. And the opening goal of the game goes Oman's way. They lead by a goal to 0. Just coming up to half-time, 41 minutes gone. Seventh international goal for Al-Mundir. Scored in the 3-1 defeat to Australia in the World Cup qualifier in October. And he gets the opening goal here, Mandar Al-Alawi. Well, as it stands at the moment, as you see, Oman would go through with Qatar into the knockout stages of the competition. I'm sure the coaching staff will be in touch with what's going on at Al Bayt. Host nation Qatar playing Iraq. Walid. Good time psychologically to get a goal as well, just before half-time. Well played by Amjad. Sides met in the Gulf Cup back in 2019. It was 0-0 on that occasion. We told you the other day, there's someone on social media that's actually playing all these Arab Cup games on the FIFA computer game, and he played this one, Oman against Bahrain, and it came out 0-0. Well, fortunately, that scoreline isn't going to come true. Branko Ivankovic's side in front, approaching the final minute of the first half. Bahrain haven't beaten Oman for 11 years since they met at the 2010 West Asian Football Federation Championship. They're going to have to come from behind if they go to want to end that particular barren spell. Not a happy man at the moment, Helio Sousa. Felt that the first two games, the results weren't a true reflection of his side's performances in the tournament so far, and he's probably feeling the same here as well. They've got a free kick right down by the corner flag. Ramahi just had his foot trodden on, which is why the free kick was given away by Juma. 2 minutes added time then at the end of a first half that has had chances, and finally a goal from Mundir Al-Alawi. Experienced referee Ryuji Sato from Japan, one of the regular referees in the AFC Champions League this season and road to Qatar qualifiers for the AFC region. Comes the free kick then away by Amjad. Header on by Mahadi. There might be a break on here for Salah. White shirts just trying to get back into position. Salah was all on his own out there though. Still manages to win the ball back. Pushed down by the line by Al-Hajri. It's just gone out of play. Salah couldn't quite keep it in. Foot in on Abdullah, which has drawn the free kick. I wonder how he'll change things in the second half. Helio Sousa, he made a triple substitution in the opening game against Qatar with an hour gone. Not afraid to rotate things around. There goes the whistle for half-time. A first half which contained plenty of chances. Salah hit the crossbar, Madden hit the post, and Mahan had a deflected free kick off the post. But Al-Mundir Alawi got the goal just before half-time that puts his side in front. Half-time, it's Oman 1, Bahrain 0.
the second at the highlights.
السيدات والسادة، إذا انتهى الشوط الأول بين المنتخب العماني والمنتخب البحريني هنا في استاد أحمد بن علي. كان الشوط الأول شوطا قويا ورائعا ومثيرا. كانت هناك العديد من الفرص لكلا المنتخبين. حالف الحظ المنتخب العماني واستغل أحد هذه الفرص المنتخب البحريني حتى لا يمنع الفوز. بالرغم من وجود هجمات خطيرة كثيرة له. لم تنتهي الحكاية. هنا في الشوط الثاني ما زال بانتظارنا.
Second of the race.
So let's take a look at the statistics from that first half. Bahrain turned the possession round in the latter part of that second half. Not too much in the shot count either, 7-5. 3 of them hitting the target for Oman. They scored the 1 goal, just the 3 corners in that first half, and the 1 yellow card for Amjad, who was booked. And if Oman go through, he'll miss the next match. So a match between 2 Gulf rivals at the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium. These sides know each other well, and they knew that a victory for either would give them a good chance of going through to the knockout stages, depending on what happened in the Iraq against Qatar game being played simultaneously. Helio Sousa looking for his first goal in the tournament. It was a man that made a promising start. Amjad getting forward like he does from full-back. Great ball across. It eventually came out to Salah, who caught the shot well, but was denied by the thickness of the crossbar. Follow-up chance was deflected wide. Great shot that came back off the bar, and they kept pressing as the half wore on. Oman just finding a few gaps in behind the Bahrain defence. Another good ball in, found the head of Al-Hajri, but the downward header went just wide of the target. Amjad was starting to come into the game wide on this near side. Another good ball played in, and a great shot on the turn from Al-Hajri, and a fine fingertip save by Jafar to turn the ball behind for a corner. Bahrain did have some chances of their own in the first half. Marhoun getting the ball across, and the man arriving was Madden, whose header hit the outside of the post and went behind for a goal kick, with Ibrahim well out of position. Just flicked the outside of the woodwork, and then Marhoun's free kick took a deflection off the wall, completely wrong-footed the keeper, but again the ball came back off the woodwork. Just came off the back of Al-Kabi. Third time the woodwork was struck in that first half. We did eventually have a goal 4 minutes before half-time. Amjad with a lovely ball laid down the line to Salah, who timed his run perfectly. A quick look up, saw the man arriving, who was Abdullah. Shot was saved by Jafar, but the header headed in from close range from Al-Bundir Alawi. And Oman were in front, and a chance of going through to the last 8. Free header, great ball looped across. Oman lead 1-0 at half-time. Welcome back to the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium. Both teams out for the second half. We're going to have a substitution at half-time. Pretty certain it's going to be a Bahrain change as well. Jazim Al-Sheikh was warming up quite vigorously at half-time, and indeed, he is the man that's coming on to replace Abbas Al-Safour. So first of 5 potential changes made by Helio Sousa. There's the man whose goal separates the teams, Al-Mundir Al-Alawi. That header in 41 minutes, a free header, and the ball just came back into the box invitingly for him to nod it past Jafar. Will be Bahrain to get us underway in the second half. All in white, they'll kick from left to right. And we're underway. Oman potentially 45 minutes away from a place in the knockout stages if things stay the same at Al Bayt. Earlier today, Tunisia and the UAE were confirmed as the 2 teams through from Group B. Qatar will take on the UAE, who ended up finishing second in the group. Tunisia's win today sees them top the group, so they will play whoever finishes second in this group. At the moment, that is going to be Oman, but there's a long way to go. First free kick, then, of the second half for Bahrain. Holding a high line on man at the moment, just trying to keep that line as high as possible. It's almost level with the edge of the D on the edge of the penalty area at the moment. Al Sawad is one of 2 players over the ball. He opted to go with a short free kick, away by Abdullah. Good header. Good defensive shape tonight for Oman. Al-Kamzi and Juma, the 2 centre-backs, Samjad and Al-Kabi, the full-backs. Ever present in the Bahrain, in the Oman side rather so far. Reda. There's the back from Al-Harda. Al-Sheikh has gone into the centre of that 3, so it's a pretty much a straight swap for the man he replaced at half-time. Wide by Al-Kabi. Chase on here for Al-Mundir. Foot in from Mahadi. Made his debut 5 years ago, Saeed Mahadi, against the Philippines. He's coming up to 30 international caps now, yet to score an international goal, the big central defender. Came on after just 9 minutes in the previous game against Iraq when Bukhama was injured. He's not available tonight. Ahmed Bukhama, that injury keeping him out. Madden. Al-Sawad. 2 waiting in the middle, Marhoun and Al-Ramahi. Al-Sheikh. Needs some quality on the cross. Doesn't find it, though. It's away by Al-Kamzi. Good shout from Ibrahim. He gathers the ball. Clattered into his own player, Al-Kamzi. Kept his eye on the ball all the way. Ibrahim's sign of a good goalkeeper. Wasn't bothered about who was around him. Al-Hashri's header on by Harib, the captain. Ricochet straight back at him, though. Here come Bahrain on the attack. Not a great ball, though, from Madden. Juma. Measured pass by Ibrahim to Al-Karbi. That's good play. Harib with a little bit of space. Arshad. Al-Mundia. Al-Karbi's gone outside him. Two waiting in the middle, just too high for Jafar and for the oncoming Al-Hajri. Al-Sawad. Al-Hajri. Harib. Spins away from his man. Salah hit the crossbar with a shot from range in the first half. Now Amjad, first chance to get the ball across. Good header! Second goal of the game by Arshad. It's another header that's undone Bahrain. And right at the start of the second half, Branko Ivankovic's side have themselves a two-goal cushion. Arshad Al-Alawi from Al-Seeb, one of the 5 Al-Seeb players in the lineup. Brilliant work by Harib just to spin away from his man. Amjad, we spoke about the threat that he would pose out wide, and that is as good a header as you'll see. Placed beyond Jafar. 2-0 to Oman. Nothing the veteran goalkeeper could do to keep that one out. Mahdi was there, but clever movement from Arshad to get in front of his man. And Oman lead by 2-0, and are on their way to potentially another victory over Bahrain. Six minutes into the second half. Free kick, foul on Harib, the captain. Might be a bit of an injury problem here as well, just before we can restart. Elio Sousa's side trailing by 2-0 now. Still haven't managed to score in the tournament yet. It's Al-Karbi that's down having treatment at the moment. There's the goal again. Great header. Couldn't have placed it any better. The second international goal for Arshad Al-Alawi. And the other goal came against Bangladesh back in 2019 in the early rounds of the FIFA World Cup qualifying for 2022. Arshad. Al-Harden. Mahoon. He's headed behind for a corner from Amjad, who was taking no chances. He was saying he didn't get a call to know what was going on behind him. Corner's been taken quickly by Bahrain. There's a little bit of urgency about them at the moment. Mahoun, another deflection for another corner. Bahrain are going to make a double change once this corner's been dealt with. Out as far as Al Sawad. Comes to nothing once again. Ball going out on the far side. Mahoun was the man that was out there. We've got 4 more games for you tomorrow. It's the final day of group round action tomorrow. Groups C and D. Two games rather at 6 o'clock local time. That's Morocco, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan against Palestine, and then Algeria, Egypt, and Lebanon, Sudan are the later games tomorrow. Harden and Madden are the 2 players that are coming off. Al Salama and Humaydan are the 2 players coming on for Bahrain. Al Salama usually slots in as a right midfielder. Al Humaydan, one of the players that was in the squad for the 2019 Asian Cup in the UAE. Here come our man once again. It's Al Hajri's ball in, which was fairly comfortably cut out though. Reda. Good challenge by Harib. We've gone to a 3 up front now. Bahrain, Mahoun, Aramahi. Mahoun. Ramahi's in the middle of that 3. Humaydan is on the right side, the man that's just come on. Oman are doing the job that they needed to do at the moment. So if Iraq were to get a goal against Qatar, it counts for a little. Another shot comes in, that's offside. Well, that's Amjad, who caught it really well. It hit his own player, who was in an offside position. Came off the head of Reda. Caught it brilliantly, Amjad. Salman Deer, scorer of the first goal. That's the man down injured at the moment. A heavy challenge from Mahadi, fair challenge. It just winded him maybe a little. Helio Souza. And he'll be disappointed that his side have conceded that goal at the start of the second half. Some quite well-known former coaches, Bahrain. Englishman Peter Taylor, Germany's Hans-Peter Briegel, and Argentina's Gabriel Calderon have all graced the coach's seat at Bahrain. If you know your 70s English FA Cup history, Ian Porterfield was a former coach of Oman, a man who scored the winning goal for Sunderland against Leeds in a big upset in an FA Cup final win in 1973. Scott was in charge in 1997. That's a good ball forward again, and a brilliant finish from Al Hajri to get a 3rd goal for Oman. He won't count though, the flag's up for offside. Well, the joy's short-lived. Khalid Al-Hajri burst beyond the last defender. Ryuji Sato will just take a check with VAR. It's a very close one. They might just need to have a look. Maybe just the shoulder. It's a non-offside position. It has to be any part of the body that you can score a goal from. Of course, if the arm was outstretched, then that wouldn't have been offside. But if the shoulder has just gone the wrong side of that last defender, then it will be offside. It isn't an official VAR check. So there will just be a brief hold-up here while the officials have a quick look in the VAR room. Hiroyuki Kimura is the head VAR official here. Coming up to an hour played. A smile from the referee. He probably thinks it is a close one because it is taking them quite a while just to have a review of this. I'm sure we'll get to see the image with the lines on, which will show you perhaps how close it was. Well, they're given the goal. So it stands a delayed celebration from Khalid Al-Hajri, and Oman are into a 3-0 lead. And this is an impressive performance from them. Their biggest win of the year so far was a friendly victory against Nepal. You can just see, just marginally offside. It's the knee of the defender that's played him onside. And that's what VAR is there for, to correct any clear and obvious errors. The assistant on the far side flagged, but that has been overruled, and they can finally celebrate the goal. Branko Ivankovic's side into a 3-0 lead. It's been a good performance. Who made it? Redder. Away by Al-Kabi. Al-Sheikh. Mahoon chipping that one forward, claiming there was a handball in there. Nothing given though. That'll bounce kindly for Ibrahim. Just came off Humaydan. Ibrahim makes the save. 5 shots on goal from Bahrain in the game so far, just 1 on target. High one from Al-Kabi. Awkward one. Humaydan just backing into his man. Abdullah. It's Habib. Harry brother. Harib sits in the middle. I've heard him described as the vacuum cleaner, because he just tends to sweep up everything in this position here that he's on the ball now. Just tidies up and gets his side moving forward once again. That's just gone out of play though. Reminder of the scenario in this group. Qatar were already through as group winners with 2 wins out of 2. Iraq started the day in 2nd place with 2 points, and these sides had a point each. So Iraq are currently level with Qatar, so they would go on to 3, but Oman would overtake them on 4 as it stands at the moment. Mahoon trying to cut his way in. Al-Ramahi tried to keep things alive, and he's won his side of corner. There's out off Amjad, the man who was booked in the first half, and the man that would miss that quarter-final should they go through. Good volley from Al Sawad, but off target. Caught it nicely, caught it cleanly. Just wide of the target. Did lose out Oman to the host nation Qatar in the 2004 Gulf Cup. They got to the final for the first time in their history. They lost out in a penalty shootout after goalkeeper Ali Al-Habsi missed a penalty in sudden death. It was a 6-5 penalty shootout win for Qatar. Reached the final again of that tournament in 2007 when they lost out again to the host nation, the UAE this time. They've got themselves a really good chance to go through to the last 8 of the FIFA Arab Cup, though. 25 minutes to go. Harib. Amjad. Mahadi. Looking for Marhoun, but it's too close to Amjad. Salah goes in with a challenge, felt he was fouled by Al-Sheikh. Nothing given though. Marhoun. Confirmation of the 3 goals. Al-Hajri getting the 3rd on 61 minutes. And a man coming away with the ball once again. Quite fall into the path of Al-Mundia. Al-Ramahi. Al-Sawad. Reda needs a little bit of quality on the cross. Nicely pulled back on the shot, deflects from Humaydan into the side netting. It was going well wide, I think. Humaydan stuck out a leg, but could only divert it into the side netting. By Jafar. Offside flag up against Al-Ramahi. Arshad, good ball. Second attempt was blocked, complete miss kick by Al-Hajri in front of goal. Oman going and pressing, looking for a 4th goal. Here's Harib. Al-Kamzi. Given away by Harib that time to Humaydan. Marhoun on the chase. Comfortably cleared away by Amjad. Into the final quarter of the match. Reda. Humaydan. Tried the little flick. Al-Kabi was nicely closing down, though. Al-Sawad. Bahrain have seen plenty of the ball since conceding that third goal, but they still failing to trouble the goalkeeper. Just 2 shots on target so far. Mahoun. Allowed to run for Humayden. Al-Sawad. Good defending again. Ball goes out of play. They make a change, Shaman. Issam Al-Shabi. Well, they're going to wait, actually, for this attack, I think, to finish. There'll be a double change coming up as well. They've just called another one of the substitutes back who was warming up in the corner. Hooked away by Al-Hajri, only as far as Walid. Back in again by Dia. Just struggling to get this clear at the moment, Oman. Al-Sawad with another chance to deliver. Wants to play it short to Reda. Good header, important header. Amjad claiming a little nudge in the back, which has not been given. Harib. Amjad. Third goal has really just taken the sting out of the game. Oman know that they don't need to press forward looking for more goals. Doesn't matter how many they win by. A win would be good enough if Iraq can't get a win against Qatar. Here come the 2 changes. Issam Al-Shabi is one of the men coming on, the man who scored that historic goal in the win over Japan. Salah Mataz from Dhofar is also coming on. Issam Al-Shabi was actually in Kuwait in 2017. He went as a band of supporters to support Oman as they won their 2nd Gulf Cup title. Al-Hajri and Al-Alawi are the 2 players that are coming off. Issam had just started out on a footballing career back in 2017. He finally got into the international team, came on in the 84th minute against Japan, and 4 minutes later scored the goal that sealed a famous victory in the land of the rising sun for Oman. Amjad with a throw. Mataz comes on. He hasn't made too many international appearances, Salah Mataz. He made his debut in 2016. He was in Oman's squad for the 2019 Asian Cup in the UAE, but still in single figures in terms of caps. A chance to swing the ball over from a corner here, the substitute, the man who's just come on. Quite rich Juma. Issam. Offside flag up again to halt Oman's attack. Bahrain making another substitution. Abdul Jabbar. Here's the player coming on. There was that offside a moment or so ago. It's Al-Ramahi, the man that's come off. So straight swap. Abdul-Jabbar will go straight into the middle, in between Marhoun and Humaid. Foul on Harib. It's a wasted free kick, really, from Oman. It just bounced through. There were only one player in red far enough forward. That was Issam. Crowd appreciating the efforts from Oman in this second half. 1-0 they led at half-time. Alawi added a second on 50 minutes, and then Al-Hajri getting the third. Well kept in by Humaiden, but no direction on the cross, comfortably gathered by Ibrahim. So a good showing here would be a real confidence booster for Oman heading into their final round of AFC Road to Qatar qualifiers early next year. So they do have 4 games to go, 12 points up for grabs. They're 4 points behind Australia, as we said, who are in the playoff spot at the moment. Nice little back heel from Al Sawad. Away by Al Kamzi. Dia. Two more Oman changes will be happening in a moment. This is Issam. Waleed gets across to make the challenge, and now we are going to see 2 more changes. Mahmoud Al-Mushafri is coming on for Abdullah. And Jamil Al-Yamadi, who had a spell playing in Qatar with Al-Wakra back in the 2018 to 2020 seasons. He's coming on, and it's Amjad, fullback, that's gone off. So Amjad was booked earlier in the game, which means he won't be able to play in a potential quarter-final match. Four changes made by both teams. Now, one more allowed. Flick on by Abdul-Jabbar. Al Sawad. Touched off by Mataz. Oman, you feel, still look the more threatening when they come forward. They haven't had too many clear goal-scoring opportunities in the second half, with the exception of the 2 that they did manage to score with. Just managed to control the game and taken their chances when they've come along. Al Sawad. Now Reda. Calling from Humaiden. Haven't kept a clean sheet yet. Oman, 1-1 draw with Iraq, and that 2-1 defeat to Qatar, that heartbreaking last minute or 95th minute own goal. Al-Kabi. Touched off by Issam to Mataz. Now Salah. Plenty of movement up ahead of him. Mataz. Loads of space down that far side at the moment. There's Jamil, the substitute. Al-Kamzi. Good ball over the top. Jamil. 3 in the middle. Harib. Abdul-Jabbar. Nice ball from Al-Sawad. Marhoun in a little bit of space. Mahmoud is the man who's dropped in at full-back. The shot straight at the goalkeeper. Confirmation of the table as it stands. Qatar going through as group winners, which we knew anyway. Oman at the moment joining them. Iraq, if they were to get a goal to win against Qatar, they would leapfrog Oman into second place, and they would go through to the quarter-finals. We've seen a lot of late goals in this tournament. There was one in the 95th minute earlier on today when Mauritania picked up a first win against Syria. Tunisia beat UAE to top the group. Final change being made by Bahrain. Al-Sawad, the man coming off, and Abdul Wahab Maloud from Al Murak comes on. Al Murak were the AFC Cup winners just a few weeks ago, beating FC Nassau from Uzbekistan in the final. Al Maloud was part of that squad. This is Harib. Al-Kabi getting forward, just hurdles the challenge of Mahadi. Issam. Away and out of play by Jafar. Al-Kabi with the Oman throw, who lead by 3 goals to 0. There's not much doubt that they're going to get the 3 points from this one, but the nervous time will come as they wait for the final whistle in Al Bayt. 0-0 would be good enough to put them into the quarter-finals. Forward by Harib. Issam. If they do clinch that quarter-final spot, they will play Tunisia. Those games coming up on the 10th of December, Friday. Al Maloud. Can Bahrain get themselves on the score sheet? Marhoun. Al-Hameidan allows it to run. Still haven't scored in their 3 games so far, Bahrain. That bounces across the face of goal and goes wide with the aid of a slight deflection. Did score 4 goals in 2 friendly matches, Bahrain, before this. They beat Curacao 4-0 and Kyrgyzstan 4-2. In between, they lost 1-0 to New Zealand. Only failed to score 4 times in this calendar year. There's Marhoun. Blocked by Al-Kabi for a corner. Those Oman fans you can hear in the background are making all the noise at the moment. Mahoun. Walid. Al-Maloud trying to burst a way through. Queuing up on the edge of the penalty area. This is Dia. Al-Salama. Humaydan. Just forced backwards by Al-Kamzi. Mahadi. It's a poor ball. It was a tired-looking ball as well. Reda had to cover a lot of ground to get that one. Mahoun. Chase on for Reda, but he's not going to reach that. Well, those Oman fans celebrating. The side just 4.5 minutes away from a place in the quarter-finals. Not so for Helio de Sousa, whose side are heading for a third straight defeat. A second defeat, rather, in 3 matches. Still yet to score a goal. And they've been outplayed or outclassed tonight by some good finishing from Oman. And they might not be finished yet. This is Issam. For a corner. Reda thought he was allowing that one to run for a goal kick, but apparently the last touch did come off him. Salah it'll be to take the corner. Harib. Again, a slight deflection, goes for another corner. The news, I'm sure, will have filtered through by now that Qatar have scored 2 quick-fire goals against Iraq. It means that Oman are just a couple of minutes away now from a place in the last 8 for the first time in the Arab Cup. Harib. Mahmoud. Jamil. 3 waiting in the middle. Away by Reda, only as far as Harib. Oman are going to make a final change in just a moment. Johar Mohsin, central midfielder, is about to come on. Harib. Al-Kabi. I think it's going to be Salah, the man that's going to be replaced. Just gone out of play. Jamil couldn't quite keep that one in. Here comes the substitution. Indeed, it is Salah that's going off, so Johar will sit in the middle. Salah was going to try and come all the way across to this side to come off, but of course he can leave by the nearest place on the pitch, so the referee making him go off on the other side as he was slightly closer. And Johar Mohsin from the Oman club comes on, played in the 2015 and the 2019 Asian Cups. Over 50 appearances now for the national team for the 33-year-old. Reda. Just bounces away from Humaydan, and in a way that just about sums up their night, really. Things haven't really gone for Bahrain. They frustrated Oman for long periods in that first half. They hit the woodwork twice in the first 45 minutes. A Madden header off the post and Marhoun's free kick, which looped off the wall. Issam looking to go straight through the middle. Issam stayed on his feet. Well, there were two defenders. It was a slightly delayed reaction. He tried to stay on his feet, Issam. Here's the challenge again. It was good running. Was contact. VAR haven't seen fit to intervene. 5 minutes added time at the end of the 90 minutes. Back across goal. It won't sit for the shot at the moment. It was Aslamo that was just going away from goal. Foul on Jamil. So tomorrow, as we say, Algeria and Egypt are both already through. Lebanon and Sudan will just play for pride in Group D. Algeria, Egypt going head-to-head to see who will top the group. Morocco on 6 points, Jordan on 3. Saudi Arabia and Palestine on a point apiece. So similar scenario to here, Morocco already through. Saudi Arabia and Palestine bidding to join them tomorrow. Jordan play Palestine, Morocco take on Saudi Arabia. Well, Kabi's the man that's just in need of a little bit of treatment. Al-Salama. Humaydan, who's looked lively since coming on, but hasn't had the ball in too many goal-scoring opportunities, positions. Ibrahim. Mataz. Jahar. Caught in possession. As-Salama. Down the line looking for Marhoun. Humaydan. Again, another good shout from the goalkeeper, Ibrahim, who's commanded his area well tonight. Safe hands when he's needed to have safe hands. Hasn't had too many shots to have to save. into the final minute of added time. Oman are going into the quarter-finals. Bahrain, unfortunately for them, their tournament will be coming to a close. Al-Kabi just ran the ball out of play. Redder. Well, there goes the whistle. Bang on 5 minutes added time played by the Japanese referee. And Oman can celebrate going through to the quarter-finals of the FIFA Arab Cup. They were 1-0 up at half-time. Al-Alawi 4 minutes before the break. Arshad Al-Alawi made it 2-0 in the second half. And Khalid Al-Hajri made it 3 with a free header. A very competent performance by Oman, and we'll see them again in the quarter-finals. Bahrain, though, going home without a goal scored. Full-time, Oman 3, Bahrain 0. Branko Ivankovic will be delighted with his side's performance. Set their stall out right from the start, and they didn't disappoint. Helio Sousa will be disappointed that his side didn't even manage to find a goal in the tournament. Salah played his part at the time that he was on the field. Some good changes at good times as well made by Branko Ivankovic. Interested to see how he gets on now when he pits his wits in the quarter-finals, Branko Ivankovic. That's nice to see the two coaches smiling. Two Europeans in charge of Gulf states. And the final game here at the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium, ending in a 3-0 win for Oman.
Coach, hard luck. Last game in this competition, only 1 point for Bahrain. What can you say about the participation of Bahrain in this competition here in Qatar?
I think we make two good games. The two first games we make good games. We must get more for what we did in that two games. Must be more competent on the last third and get some more points from what we did in the first two games. Today, Oman was better than us. They were stronger today. Was a deserved win, but in the first two games we could do better for what we perform at the level that we perform. Wasn't possible. Was very good experience. We know that we must keep improving. Before of the tournament, we already know it. And we must focus on that in the future.
Especially today, the fans are not satisfied. But how they play against Oman, the players?
It's normal, can't be satisfied. We don't perform the best level, and Oman was better than us. Any one of us is not satisfied.
Good luck, coach.
Thank you.
So much.
Congrats, coach. It was very dramatic day for you. We are watching another match to know that Oman is qualified. How do you feel now?
Of course, we are happy, very happy, because we show excellent performance and of course win. Second one, my players show the big mentality, because today they have to win. And of course, it's not easy such condition when you have to win against a very strong team which took a championship in Gold Cup. And this is something what they played tactically very well, full discipline, and of course they use the opportunity which we created.
Next match, Tunisia. What do you think?
Of course, same like all the games, we will try to do our best. Of course, we have some problem with the players, with the injury players, but the game I expect to be opening, and we will see. Just the most important, to show good performance. With good performance usually come a good result.
Congrats. Thank you. See
You're
you
welcome.
later.
أول شيء بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، الحمد لله على الفوز ومبروك لمنتخبنا ومبروك للاعبين والجماهير، وهارد لك للمنتخب البحريني. أول شيء هذه تعليمات المدرب مشينا عليها الحمد لله، خطة بخطة، والله وفقنا الحمد لله رب العالمين.
الآن المباراة القادمة أمام تونس، كيف تتوقع أن تكون هذه المواجهة؟
والله دائما ما في مباراة سهلة في هذه البطولة، وكل مباراة صعبة وكل مباراة لها ظروفها، ونسأل الله التوفيق لنا ولهم، والله يوفق الجميع في الأول والأخير.
كل التوفيق وشكرا لك كابتن.
آمين، عفوا، جزاك الله.
غير راضية عن أداء المنتخب البحريني خاصة في هذه المباراة الثانية. المنتخب يغادر بنقطة واحدة فقط. ماذا يمكنك نقول عن هذه المباراة وعن مشاركة البحرين في البطولة بصفة عامة؟
الحمد لله رب العالمين على هاي النتيجة. قدر الله ما شاء فعل. أبارك حق منتخب عمان، نعتذر حق جماهيرنا. أعتقد اليوم كلنا مقصرين، ما كنا في المستوى المطلوب، واعتقد ان المفروض نكون افضل، عندنا افضل من هاي اللي قدمناها في البطوله. الحمد لله، نعتذر مره ثانيه للجماهير.
كل التوفيق بخاتم الاستحقاقات ان شاء الله.
So here are the stats for that final game here at the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium. 54% possession in the end to Bahrain. 14 shots for Oman, 6 of them on target. They scored 3 times from those 6 efforts on goal. 5 corners. They were overtaken by Bahrain in the second half with the corner count. So 2 sides who know each other well from the Gulf region. A win for either stood a good chance of putting them through to the quarterfinals if Iraq didn't beat the host nation Qatar at Al Bayt. And it was always going to be a good game between these two. Helio Sousa's side was still looking for their first goal, having drawn a blank in their previous 2 games. And it was Oman that started the brighter of the 2 teams. Salah hitting the crossbar in the first half, a well-struck shot from the edge of the area. Couldn't find a way through. Bahrain eventually managing to prevent the ball going in. They hit the woodwork themselves, Bahrain at the other end. Madden sneaking round the back, and the header came off the outside of the post with Ibrahim just scrabbling to get across to try and make the save. The opening goal of the game came 4 minutes before half-time. Salah, who'd hit the crossbar earlier, getting wide. The pullback came out to Abdullah, whose shot was saved by the goalkeeper, but then the free header was nodded home by Al-Mundir Al-Alawi to put Oman in front. Psychologically, right before half-time was a good time to get it. The ball looped up off Jafar, and it was a simple header for Al-Munir right in front of goal. The second half started much the same way as the first, with a man on the attack. And they got themselves a second goal. A brilliant header from Arshad. Amjad with the ball in, but the header perfectly placed out of the reach of Jafar. Amjad getting up in front of his man and guiding it beyond the goalkeeper to put Oman into a 2-0 lead. And they continue to threaten. And another good finish, a tidy finish for the third goal. Khalid Al-Hajri getting in, and there was a brief hold-up. The flag went up for offside. VAR took a quick check, but the goal eventually stood. Al-Hajri with a belated celebration, and a celebration to savour as well. It was the knee of the defender that just played him onside. Couldn't have been much closer. Take nothing away, though, from the finish beyond Jafar. By this time, Iraq had scored. Qatar had scored against Iraq. Oman go through after a 3-0 win. So confirmation of the final standings in Group A. Qatar with a 100% record go through with 9 points. Oman join them on 4. Iraq and Bahrain are the two sides that are heading home early. Oman will be in the quarter-finals along with the host nation. So it's Qatar against the United Arab Emirates, Tunisia against Oman, our quarter-finals on Friday. It's been a good competition here at the stadium. The first game we've played under lights tonight. We hope you've enjoyed it. From us all at the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium in Qatar, it's bye for now.